Sophie Driscoll is the Policy, Advocacy and Communications Coordinator at International Rescue Committee's Occupied Palestinian Territory Office and joins us live now from Jordan's capital, Amman. Thank you very much for talking to Al Jazeera. Sophie, now you have a team that's in the Gaza Strip right now. What are they reporting back to you on the situation there?
So you're absolutely correct. We do have a team on the ground in Gaza, and what they're reporting now is that despite the commitments that we've seen to a ceasefire, in fact, the airstrikes and bombardment continues. So what should really be a moment of joy is unfortunately a moment of grief at the moment. And we're seeing that
Yes, well, I was just about to say that under international law, some of the most basic human rights items like food and water are supposed to be met. Have you found that they have been met during your time there? And is this ceasefire likely to bring that?
So what we've really seen throughout this war is that at no point has humanitarian aid reached the population of Gaza at an acceptable level. At no point have we seen a good supply of essential supplies such as food, water, and medical supplies. Our emergency medical teams on the ground are reporting that the severe lack of medical supplies has meant that injuries that could have been easily treatable are leading to life-altering injuries and also entirely avoidable deaths. We're also seeing that the children are suffering the most, and we're in fact seeing increased cases of severe acute malnutrition. So what we need now really is a commitment to this surge of humanitarian aid. And our immediate priority is to get in our emergency supplies such as treatment for malnutrition, medical supplies and equipment, and also winter clothing and materials that are desperately needed by a population that are not only suffering from a severe lack of the essential supplies, but also suffering the adverse effects of the winter conditions.
Okay, and how, I mean, this is a mammoth task ahead, right? So how are your teams and other aid agencies going to be able to prepare for this ceasefire to ensure that those services reach the most that need it? And logistically, how will you go about that?
So, as I said before, we stand ready to surge humanitarian aid. We have many supplies that we will be immediately prioritizing to get inside, and we'll also be scaling up the humanitarian aid as well. We'll also be ensuring that we're continuously assessing the needs of the population and doing everything we can to meet those needs. One of our key concerns is, of course, access throughout all of Gaza. As you know, the northern areas of Gaza have been under a prolonged siege since October last year. So what we really need is commitments to the safety and security of our staff and unimpeded access to reach the most vulnerable people. We've also seen that, of course, the 90% of the population has been displaced, and we need to see that when those people return home, that they have adequate shelter, because as we know from the UN, from the latest figures, that 9 out of 10 homes have been destroyed, and also there is a severe lack of critical infrastructure. So we'll be ensuring that our priority is, of course, to rehabilitate key water sources, as well as rehabilitating civilian infrastructure. And what we need for that is to see restrictions on building materials, restrictions on essential materials such as concrete as well, a commitment to allow those items to enter.
So not just food and water, but also, as you said, items for reconstruction and for those that have lost their homes. Thank you very much, Sophie Driscoll from International Rescue Committee.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.